sounds very simple, but it's not that simple though. It's all the little things done right. The Glimmer Capes out of mid lane.
The Lotus Orbs, the Blink Daggers. Every item mattered, and every item was so amazing in this game.
Yes, we're going to see what's going to happen in Game 2 of this Grand Finals, as we are ready to head to that second game between OG and Secret. Let's head into the drafting pantheon.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick. Team Secret's turn to pick.
Welcome back to the Pantheon. It is I, the Emperor of the Pantheon, here with my Senate to bring you the most powerful predictions for this of the most powerful games. With me here, to my right, is Jenkins and T. Governor. Welcome. Bring us the heroes to fight in this, the grandest of matches, the final battle. Jenkins.
And so we can see that, pivot from the first draft. We've got this Tiny insta-pick followed by, we've got the Earth Spirit followed by the Tiny, see what they want to pair up with it. Io was banned out. We don't have that available to us anymore. That was too much of a pain in the first game, even though it did end up losing. It was still a pain in the ass to deal with.
Yes. You know, they had to show it. They let it through the first game. You show it the respect in the second game, because it was a very, that first game was so incredible to watch, because OG's mindset going in, you could see in their heroes all out aggression, and it was such a farm Sven, and it was a very scary game for Secret to play, and they should feel confident in their ability to play on the reaction, but you shouldn't need to, make that big play to win the game, I think, for Secret. So they're going to respect it from here on out, I think, in this series, and yeah, no more IO.
Grimstroke, one of these heroes that you see, you never look at a Grimstroke and you're like, oh, that's a terrible Grimstroke pick. It just shows up here or there, but it's never really a first phase every game, doesn't really get banned. Fantastic if you pick a whole draft around it. So I imagine they're going to pick some other heroes to combo up with the bubble, some heroes to combo up with the Grimstroke ultimate. It's nice when you have 3 heroes, that one guy that you can double the spell, and then some other guys that can have the bubble put on them. That's a good response to it, I think, though.
I think if I'm Team Secret, though, in the back of my mind, I've probably got PA vibes going, because I think for OG, the Grimstroke PA lane is just too strong for them to execute. And I think the important thing to note is about that laning phase. What are they able to achieve post-laning phase, and how much of a lead can OG build up? Look, Secret's itemization was incredible in that first game. The fact that they have a Glimmer Cape on mid Kunkka, the instant rush BKB on Void.
Glimmer.
It was
nuts.
You have to look at that game and go, Secret understood that they had to fight up against this aggression. They were never going to win the game in those fights. It was about surviving. So they itemized for it, they drafted for it, and you saw this Void just pop BKB so many times. Sure, he died several times with some questionable chronos and misplays, but the overall fact that their team effort to keep themselves in the game against OG's aggression was amazing to watch.
I mean, the blink on Puppy, Ancient Apparition, that was nuts. I think he also had a medallion, he went medallion blink, and so they went crest medallion.
Yeah.
This we saw the same thing coming out from OG. They stack, and it's just, for some reason, people haven't stacked them before this tournament. This is the first time that I've seen it in a tournament, which is very interesting. I think banning the PA does make sense. It's OG. They've already dealt with this, the Lifestealer versus the PA. It doesn't look very good. The only thing is, if you're Secret, you might leave it until the next set of bans, because there aren't really great buffs for the PA so far. Usually, we saw with the first PA pick, the hero works when you have 16 different things that you can throw on her. Tiny and Grim, they're okay. It's not like PA's I don't want to play with the Grimstroke, but the bubble is not. You want something to amplify her damage. You want something to amplify her farming. She needs a lot to work. So I feel like they might leave it just because of that.
Do you think that there's a chance, Mr. Governor, for a doom?
I think both of these teams pretty much do not respect the meta in terms of what all the other teams are doing. these guys are the guys that set the meta. So like, you can see already, like we're not seeing Venno in this series. We're not seeing the Dooms appear. They might appear later on, but it's not like a hot topic, I think, for these.
I was going to say, like, to be fair, even when Doom isn't meta, the Grim Doom still comes back because the combo is just so good. So I could still see them picking the Doom, even though they don't respect the meta, because it's still like it synergizes with the Grimstroke. And I know that no matter what the meta is, like OG and Secret, like both of these teams will always pick things that just synergize really well together. Yeah, the Chen, Puppy Chen, yeah, that would be pretty annoying with the Lifestealer. Healing amplification with a hero who can just sit and sustain in lane. It makes space for the Chen to farm up his mech. Lifestealer can hold the safe lane tower. Chen can go and basically take all of the other towers. It's pretty annoying to deal with map-wise. Oh, they do ban the PA. Okay. It's just against the Lifestealer, it's so strong. And if you're going to pick Enchantress as well.
I love this the response for the fact that they ban out the Chen, and for Secret it's about that same hero that has like that activation. Ench and Earth Spirit, they can both make so many great moves around the map, and I say this every time I see this Lifestealer from Secret. It's an independent core that can play lane solo to allow Secret to try and make these early moves.
Yep.
We didn't really see that in that first game because Secret was a very defensive lineup, but this lineup's a lot different where so far Secret are going to be able to actually pressure these towers. OG in that first game, again, they took the mid and bot tower around about minute 10 or 11. If you can maybe start doing your aggression first, you're not going to be losing your safe lane tower suddenly, and now the game's completely different because you're preventing OG to have that like instant jungle access.
Yeah, and I think OG in particular is a team that you should value holding your safe lane tower against, because these guys, like, if you give them an inch, they take a mile. They will literally never stop running at you the moment you give them some space in the game. So Lifestealer, definitely one of the best heroes at stopping that from happening. Sand King, very similar. You just sit and hold a tower. All right, what's the Grim combo? This is what I'm thinking. I feel like the Doom is...
Ooh.
Who's this hero in the Colosseum, Jenkins?
This is Tuskar. Really great combination with a lot of offlaners. Once again, another one of these heroes that you never look at a Tusk and think, oh, this is a terrible Tusk game. Like, it just depends on who it's comboed with. You have the Snowball save as well for the single target coming from the Lifestealer. You have the Earth Spirit, who's going to be silencing, focusing one guy, so it's, you know, good save. So I think we're going to see a combo with it. There always is.
It's all about OG's desire to actually win lanes. So, like, they didn't win lanes. They went even, and then they tried to play aggressive after that. So this time, it's about we're going to have such prominent lanes, and we're going to try and actually build up a strong lead, play off our tops and 90, and just go all out aggressive, because when OG played against this Lifestealer the other day, it was kind of the same issue for Secret, where they couldn't really make these early moves. They went even and or lost some lanes, and they could never really find that strong footing to mount the fight into OG. So I'm seeing that with this Tusk pick, it's about matching the rotations that Ench and Earththreat are going to be able to provide.
I was going to say, Tusk is actually one of the few fours that's just totally fine going up against an Ench, as long as you block the camp. Like, if she gets a creep,
that is critical.
If she gets a creep, you're done. Like, that. This is not a good matchup. But if you don't get a creep, Tusk can just man up on the Enchantress. Like, she'll never get a ranged impetus off. You force the heal. The slow doesn't matter because he just shards you and hits you and slows you. And she's got such a little HP and armor, she just dies to you with a +1. So you have to be really careful with Enchantress.
Oh, they did actually ban out the PA.
Yeah.
Catch that, nice.
Yeah.
So then for OG, in terms of carries, what's really left? Are you thinking maybe like the Juggernaut still probably available? But again, it does depend on this next pick from Secret.
Yeah, it does.
Do they just go like Underlord? Oh, they go for the Bloodseeker.
Okay.
Okay, nice.
Amplify up that Lifestealer damage. He's not really a hero that cares to if his HP is drained. Great with this attack speed that's going to come from the Bloodseeker.
This is such a scary combo, though, where you think about the Earth Spirit buying the Veil. Like, no, let me rephrase that. Sorry. Bloodseeker buys the Veil for the Earth Spirit. Yeah. So now this early damage coming from Secret is going to be immensely high. So their response to the aggression of OG post-laning, it's sure you might have stronger laning phase set up, but when we take that first fight, we're going to each equally be able to mirror what you have. So it's,
you know what? I'm sure the Veil works on the Enchantress impetus too, right?
It's spell damage.
It's a damage coming from a spell. I wonder if that works with these right-click modifiers. But anyway, either way, they have the Earth Spirit Bloodseeker combo. You just rupture somebody, then you kick them, and they literally are just moving super quickly. They take a ton of damage. Great against Troll too. Like, this is, this always happens between these like top tier teams where you see, oh, Bloodseeker, that means Troll is completely off the table. Oh, they pick Troll. You know, you literally just rupture this guy during his ult, and he runs at you, max move speed, and is at 1% HP, the ult finishes and he dies, right? But you know, OG, like, they're just sticking to their guns. They wanted to pick this hero in the draft, and they don't even care about the Bloodseeker. Maybe Secret was even anticipating this, and that's why they picked the Bloodseeker.
Well, I think that one interaction, though, sure, it's good for the Bloodseeker side, but in terms of the game, this troll, his items are going to be a little bit quicker than the Lifestealer. He likes to buy MKB so he can deal with the talent choice of Lifestealer and just the general game plan. It allows him to take Roshan early on, and it's a strong combo for the Grimstroke that
and Tusk.
And the Tusk, exactly. So if the Tusk ever comes into this lane, we haven't really seen a Bloodseeker lane where they've had to face up against a tri-lane, for example. This could be one of those.
This is true.
This could be one of those sacrificial games where they either A, tri-lane on OG and leave Seb alone, or B, they just dual lane and then they really utilize the Tusk TP to pressure the Bloodseeker when they go aggressive. Because you think about the way that the Earthspirit Bloodseeker will find a kill. It's not very creative, right? You roll in, you blood right,
True.
You Whirling Axe. Suddenly there's not a lot of damage outside of those two spells.
Well, here's what I'm thinking in response to that, though. Then don't you just send the Enchantress and then you win the lane as Secret? Like, and then
5 seconds of reserve time. Okay, continue.
No, exactly. Like they could do a change up in lanes, but I think if you
I think Tusk wants to roam. You want to like maybe start as a tri-lane, but then not stick to it, because if Secret tri-lanes, I think you lose that against the Ench. I think the Ench will make the difference there. But I think you're totally right that they have really nice combos between their heroes on OG in terms of if Tusk goes to any lane, he can get a kill. If Grim goes to any lane, he can get a kill. Currently, we need to see what the offlaner is, and having something that can sustain on its own is definitely going to allow them to do a lot in the laning stage.
The final pick. This is time to impress the audience with your
Let's
knowledge.
see. Okay. These are the literal 2 hardest teams in Dota to guess what the hell they're going to do.
Just guess something random.
Pudge. It's Pudge.
Okay.
Just kidding. Please don't quote me on that.
Oh
my god. Okay, Omni Troll. This is a fantastic combo. I mean, Omni Knight's a hero that deals really well with the Bloodseeker. You just heal the guy that gets ruptured and he takes no damage, or you put the status resistance on before, and then the Bloodseeker can't press rupture on somebody. Like, Troll Omni is one of the strongest Omni duos. I don't know. I actually can't think of something that's like Slark Omni maybe is stronger.
But continue.
It's mainly activated by the fact that you have this bot lane, which is going to be Ench, Lifestealer. Lifestealer doesn't really apply a lot of pressure. When you have that hard purge on the Omni Knight, you can always survive. And the question is, like you said, is about blocking that camp, remove the Ench from the lane, and then Omni can have a free time. Again, he's a hero that can stay independent, like we mentioned, so it allows his Tusk to try and make these moves.
Oh,
we got a new hero, boys!
All right, OG lost.
OD.
This is over.
This is a disgusting OD game.
That is instantly. It's okay.
Let's be serious. Let's not get carried away. Just because it's the last pick OD, it's still a greedier hero. In lane, due to the changes, he's not that instant. Like, he's still a farmer now. You have Lifestealer, he's a farmer. We saw how OG played that last game. That 10-15 minute sweeping motion, they did build a good lead. So great, they've got this OD, which is a hard counter in the late game. But if OG never lets them get to that point,
here's the.
The Oracle have presented us with the odds. Team Secret ahead with their unlimited power. But OG could be behind them, Jenkins. What is your review?
Here's the problem I have with this. OG, their win condition is Troll, period. And OD versus Troll, in my opinion, is the second hardest counter matchup in all of Dota. I think the hardest counter is Meepo versus Anti-Mage. I legitimately think this is the second hardest counter in Dota. He's the lowest int gain hero. You press R on him, and he dies. No amount of status resistance or physical resistance is going to prevent that. OD, if he can have a game in this game, it's free, because nobody thinks this hero exists, but it's been buffed. The win rate's looking good in pro level pubs. It's on the rise. I'm surprised this is when we're seeing it get picked, is in the grand finals.
yeah. But that's the key thing. These 2 games, it's OG drafting themselves into position where they have to win the game before Secret is activated. It's the exact same moment. We got the Void game the first time, and we got the OD this game.
The time has come, gentlemen, for the game itself. No more talking, only action. We'll bring our best casters to bring you the madness. But know that blood will be spilled. Hooray!
Thank you, Slacks. Yes, game 2 ready to go between Secret and OG, and we're getting a new hero.
We are.
It's not Danko the Dolphin, unfortunately. It's OD coming through as the last pick from Secret. And as the panel started to say, on paper, a lot of reasons to feel that the OD could have a pretty good time this game.
Yeah, not only what he's up against, but what he's with as well on his team. I think the Bloodseeker is actually something pretty cool. I know people used to pick like OD Beastmaster because OD, his attack speed sucks. Throw in a Blood Rage that gives you 140 attack speed as it's maxed. Also 30% spell life. Sounds pretty good with the Arcane Orb, even with the ult.
Feels, yeah, pretty dreamy for the OD.
Definitely does. And as they were saying, versus that troll, that matchup, even versus Omni Knight too. This hero, he goes right through that Guardian Angel in a lot of instances. Unsure about the lane. I don't think I've ever seen this matchup, but you can imagine, sounds pretty decent for the OD.
I think so, right? You're still going to be able to play smart with the Astrals.
Yeah.
Try and catch Thompson out anytime he's going for the range creeps and such. Make sure you have that sort of control. So we'll see how Niche is able to play it. I mean, of course, one thing though, for as good of a game the OD can have, questions to be asked, how much has Nisha really played the OD recently?
Yep.
Maybe he's not played the hero too much, and in comparison to Thompson, he is on that Tiny. This is a hero that, Thompson, he probably plays about 10 games of Tiny every day with the way that he plays. His Tiny is terrifying.
Yeah, and there's just no cooldowns really on the side of OG that they have to rely on. Guardian Angel isn't something you usually base your fight around. Everything else, I look at their heroes, it's very run at you, which is exactly the style that they like to play. Yeah. There's also Grimstroke. This is something that can actually hurt OD quite a bit there. You get that level 3 Phantom's Embrace at some point. It does ruin the OD a little bit until he gets that BKB or something.
I was going to say, I'll be very interested to see what the build is from Nisha.
Same.
Is he still going to try, are you going to go rushing the Aghanims? Do you try and get yourself something a little defensive earlier, 4-star BKB? We'll see. Bottom lane, Puppey. Getting going on here, Yapso's able to slow them down with the slow.
Look how he holds the skill point too there. Doesn't even actually skill up the Nature's Attendance, just has the prowess that he knows he's going to survive. Wants to keep that enchant. He does know that there's just stroke skilled at level 1, so he doesn't have to worry about dispelling an ink swell, but inevitably in the lane, that's what we're going to be seeing Puppey do, is dispel.
So in this tri-lane versus tri-lane setup, who sort of comes out on top? Puppey verifies pop, but he will go down. So that's OG with the answer, at least on this first bit of a move, as they'll be the first ones to get a kill. It's
a very strong OG tri-lane. And they also, you saw the way they set up that lane initially. The 2 melee heroes body blocked the wave to have it push in, because the tower actually killed all the creeps, and then look where the lane positioning is. So mid one has a great spot where you can actually farm, because it's going to constantly pushing in, and then these 2 supports just act as these zoners, and blocking those camps out so that Puppey can't get any reliable creep. Saksa, he steps too far forward, he'll get punished.
Secret getting a kill back that way.
Yep. And they did, I believe, I think they tried to they did get the D ward, so they have the small camp available, so they can pull the lane back into a better position for them. Puppey, he doesn't have his hard camp. He's gonna go, he even finds a bounty rune for himself. Lovely. He really wanted to get this creep up here, though, the big camp.
I mean, that was, of course, something that OG do. They leave that bounty rune there for Thompson to rush the bottle and get the refill early on. But yeah, Puppey able to punish that, taking it for himself, and he'll start to make the moves over towards the mid lane.
Oh, he's going for a snipe. He knows Thompson's rushing the bottle. Is he gonna get? He's gonna.
Yeah, he's got the courier on the way back. So
1, 2.
A little bit of money spread between the team. With the way that the lanes are set up, this top lane matchup at the moment, Matu on his own against Seb, 9 for 6 against the 9 for 1. Does one hero start to win this lane a little bit as the levels come in?
I think maybe the Omni helps. I think they're both farming. It's not going to be.
Yeah, it's like Seb's got the sustain with the nukes, but Matu, he's always going to be able to hit back and heal up.
Yeah, I think Omni maybe does a little, can do fine up here, but like Matu, he just hits him, right? You get the lifesteal. You're fine. Puppey, I think he did stack this camp here on the big camp that we saw earlier. I believe he's just farming it maybe with the Wild Wing Tornado. Yeah, he farmed the camp there with the tornado, so he's up to level 2 for himself. He's even continuing to jungle for a moment because they stabilized bottom. They got the lane pulled back. Taking a glance there at the mid lane really quick. It is 13-7 right now to the 12-3. So as we kind of felt, Nisha, he is going to have a very good time here versus this Tiny.
Yeah, he's just able to play well with the Astrals coming in and taking away those important creeps from Thompson, getting the range creep denies.
Yep.
So we'll manage to set sort of Thompson back on the early levels, get that XP advantage in mid.
Yep, and they're keeping that tri-lane fully in the bottom lane. I wonder if they're actually giving more of the experience to mid one. They're not. Okay, they're actually splitting experience fully while we see Secret's trying to maximize. Puppey's jungling a bit, Yapster's constantly pulling, so we will probably see Secret pull out ahead in the experience after this first early start.
So Nisha just starting things off with a bottle, and as I say, just interesting to see, you know, sort of learn. I think a lot of people at the moment will be watching and ready to see what Nisha does with this hero in this current patch.
They want to do a gank here, setting up for the runes as well with 3 heroes. Nisha gets the luck. He gets it to spawn top. How fortunate. Mid one, getting aggressive onto Zai.
And Bloodbright is gonna hit onto mid one. Zai's able to keep his distance, pop the salve as well. He's gonna be more than fine. But still in the lane though, yeah, mid one having an excellent time in farm.
Yeah.
Well and truly dominating Zai with the lane setup that OG has against Secret. 17-12, 18 against 17-12 against the Ever-Zero. Very, very big lead here on that bottom lane.
Yeah, mid 20-10 though versus 15-3. And like we said, he got lucky with the rune. He also waited till his bottle arrived. So he's got a full bottle, full HP versus the Thompson Tiny, who has no mana whatsoever to work with. They have to be careful how low they stay inside of the side lanes too, because if this Bloodseeker just sees a couple people thirsted up, he's going to be able to play a lot more aggressively down here. And we see this creep constantly being super annoying. They do not have the heroes to deal with those creeps early on, as pretty much no supports do. Mid one.
Every time trying to step in, it's getting hit very hard by the Bloodbright. Has the 1 charges.
Oh, they do at least get the last hit on that Hellbear Smasher. And Thompson's actually is considering making an aggressive move down bottom. It looked like he was trying to find the rune, but it's not there.
Definitely hard for him to come back to lane when he's out of regen, Puppy. So let's see if he can cut off.
Oh, he sees it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got it again.
Another courier kill there. Didn't even have any wards up. Just fortunate enough to be heading over to try and grab a creep at the same time that courier was making his way back. Puppy finds it.
Thompson really getting punished in this game. Unable to fill up his bottle, unable to get his courier usage several times there.
I mean, this is you've got to do this against Thompson Tiny, right? You cannot let Thompson have a good time. We've seen it so many times. If he has an okay lane, he just pops off and takes over the entire matchup when he's playing Tiny.
He at least gets to bottle up the opposite side rune there, which is very fortunate for him there. And we do see OG, they're trying to fix this. They're trying to fix the lane for Thompson, making a rotation, because he's, like we said, he's really suffering. But as soon as that happens, they're making the move, because Puppy, he spotted the smoke from the high ground.
I'll see. I'm trying to hold mid one inside of the silence, and we'll catch on to the 2 of them. They're still trying to move on over towards Zai. We'll be slowed by the stroke. They'll turn over towards no turn with the roll in. They'll be able to take out the Tusk. Mid one thinking about turning back in with the Inkswell, but the Bloodbright down yet again. Mid one having to head in deeper to avoid it, but he's now going to take quite a bit of damage from the 3 of them. He's trying to run, but the slow's in place. He's under the tower though. With the 1 charges and the Fairy Fire, he'll live. Secret won't dive any further. Also forces the TP reaction from Thompson. He comes down to the bottom lane. Won't actually be able to chase them. Top lane, Matsu, he's diving in with him. With the fact that Thompson reacted to go down bottom, he's got no way to come up top and help Seb. Just being dived underneath his tower as Matsu gets the solo kill.
Oh my, that's huge there. It was a completely even lane, but somehow he's able to press forward. And that vision from the Thirst allowing him to chase a little bit easier.
I mean, yeah, so with that in mind, the top lane, the mid lane looking very solid for Secret. The bottom lane, the place where things are going a little better for OG, as we see still the advantage here for mid one against Zai, but it's not to be said that Secret haven't actually been able to fight back. We're seeing each time Secret definitely still packing a punch themselves despite giving up that 1 early death.
They see Thompson rotating. Is there going to be a movement from Secret? It is. Nisha's coming down bottom here. Yapsor.
We'll get blocked off by Thompson. Slow from the axes, not quite reaching him, so Yapsor's able to continue to run. And mid one.
He looks pretty dead.
They just dropped the sanities. They don't want to mess around, leave any opportunity for mid one to fight back with a potential ult. And now Thompson, he's in trouble too, trying to set up, but the silence hits in. He'll be safe for now, but Nisha buys time to keep him held in place with the Astral. The micro from Puppy, who stomps down Seb, now turns over towards Thompson. Thompson's left alone. He'll take down a courier, but he loses his life. Nisha cleaning up with a double kill. 3 heroes dead from OG on that fight. And Secret starting to build up an early lead. 2K advantage, 6-1 at 8 minutes in.
And he knows Soxa just took the invis. They did see it with the ward anyway. Gets body blocked for a second. So he knows that he's rotating down toward bottom. Nisha makes that rotation look super easy, right? At the moment they see Thompson, instant TP onto the tower. Matu is able to continue farming top because also Seb made his way down bottom too.
So if they can kill Zai, Zai pushing in very aggressively onto that tower, and he'll certainly die for that one.
Wow.
Trying to just getting a little greedy there, getting some hits on the tower, and the loser tag is dropped. And at least mid one able to do it thematically, playing as the troll himself, sticking with the law.
Surprising to see him die there too. After Nisha pinged, then probably was like invis going bottom, right? So Zai just overstepping his bounds. But Secret, very comfortable spot here. Bloodseeker shut down, but you're fine with that. You know, it's Zai playing the Bloodseeker. It's more than fine having your Lifestealer and OD enabled if your Bloodseeker slowed down.
It's a little hard for them to go for no tail. They'll leave him. He's got the backup at Thompson.
He plays it careful.
See Zai closing in on the blade bow.
They're spotting all of Thompson's move. Thompson only level 7 here at this 9-minute mark. He's struggling to find any type of rotation.
I mean, Nishi, he's saving up the money. Do you think he's considering the Midas this game? 1,400 saved up?
Could be a possibility. I'm not sure in what you build. I've seen a lot of people still go on the Ags build, but I don't see...
If you're having this good of a start, you know, getting sort of the Midas into the Ags could certainly pay off. Yeah,
especially because that hero really lacks attack speed. He does, like we said, he has the Bloodseeker for mid-game, but yeah, we'll see what Nisha opts to go for.
To bottom. Puppey. He's got Zai and Yapso by his side. No tail, looking to finish up the kill, and with the Avalanche, they'll find Puppey. Saxa's going to go straight up with the TP out. They kick him to the side with the Rupture. Isn't enough damage. Saxa able to make it away with the TP. Bloodride is laid down. Thompson goes over to the side. Zai is able to grab the haste rune, though, before Thompson's able to put it in the bowl.
The root and the speed, he has a haste rune, so he's going to go pick up the rune right in front of them. Nisha makes a gank top with Matu. They take out the Omni while also claiming bounty runes as well.
Nisha and Matu's farm is looking a little scary right now for OG. These two heroes coming out on top and by quite some gold here so far, just 10 minutes in. Thompson trying to find action, but Yapsor's away, nothing to be found.
He knows he's tanky enough to deal with it, and now mid lane, they're looking to go for their own push here. Catapult, 10-minute mark.
Yeah, they'll come in for the defense here, OG. Also, Thompson able to get the wraparound. Could find the setup onto one of the two of them. Will manage to grab Zai, trapped him by the shards. He's going to run. Silence under the two of them, but with the Inkswell setup, Zai should fall here. OG, it's around the Bloodseeker. He'll go down. Thompson picks up the kill with a toss. Secret are trying to come in and help out. Soulbind and Silence. It's out onto the two of them. The Snowball heading in over towards the Earth Spirit, but the stave comes out from Nisha with the Astral protecting Yapsor for now. Still slowed down though, with OG having the full 5-man here. Yapsor will fall as full attention is brought to the mid lane by OG to get the kill. Does mean that continued space is there for Matumba Man. He's still sitting there on the top half of the map. And he's had a pretty lovely start, right? This 1v1 against Seb, where it's ended up in him killing Seb twice. He's had complete free farm after that. This armlet into Deso is going to be incredibly quick. OG's got to find a lot to compensate for the fact that they're letting this Lifestealer free farm.
Instantly Astral as the Inkswell goes off, and now Thompson's in no man's land. He does find the kill on Puppey, but No Tail also will be dead.
I mean, and sort of already we're seeing Nisha just sort of three-shotting people with the Arcane Orb. These levels are coming in fast for Nisha. Did he spend his gold?
He's going for Ags.
He's going straight for the Ags, okay.
Yep.
I mean, it is that strong. Having those two charges, you just mess so furiously with these melee heroes. You know, sort of Seb, No Tail, Thompson, Mid one, I mean, any of the four, right? Any of these running in on the front lines, you take two of them out for a moment, and certainly the turnaround is going to be there. And of course, just an additional way to set up for that blood right to get a guaranteed hit in the fights.
To set up for that, and also just to save different heroes, and it gives you so much different potential versus Troll. You can even battle Thompson, double Astral him.
And they're on the hunt. Matu and Zai, they find Thompson. It's another kill for Matu. This, look how much gold he's got. He's 7,500 already. How are they going to deal with the Lifestealer?
Oh, God.
He's nearly got Armlet and Deso done at probably one of the fastest timings you're going to see in pro play.
And he can just play the pressure. He's the one who wants to be taking objectives. He's the one who wants to be taking towers, and that's the perfect item build to do it. And they're pretty fragile early game versus all this. Sure, Tiny gets his Grow armor. Sure, your Troll naturally gets all this armor, but the rest of the heroes really going to suffer on that front. God, Nisha. The other thing the Ags also gives you is you're just tanky. You know, you're playing versus Tiny, you're playing versus this burst damage that they're playing around with Thompson, and you're gonna be counteracting it very heavily because of this build.
Yeah, sort of the dream timing is when he hits the Ags and gets to level 12. Suddenly you're just able to capitalize much more on the built-up mana from the Astrals and just slam down incredible damage with the ults. As you already mentioned early on, just against these heroes that don't have that much of a mana pool. They take a lot of damage because of that difference.
They wanted to try to get some type of sneaky gank here on Matu. They have to get this like Phantom from the tree line or while he's disabled. But he is aware. He backs away. OG just trying to find anything here, but Secret all with the heads up moves. And now they're just finishing up those items. Like we said, they've had such a good early game. Now they're going to back up, finish up this Deso. Pretty close to the Aghanims too on Nisha. They're off to a phenomenal start here, OG. Do they at least have the blink yet on Thompson? No, he's still a bit away from it. And that's going to really hurt them to be able to make any aggressive moves because he's the initiator. The rest of their lineup can't actually just run in and start anything. It'll be suicide for Notel if he does commit. Cool to see that Zai goes for the Blade Mail this time first over the Veil.
Yeah, why would you sort of think that is? As you say, pretty much exclusively the Bloodseekers have been going for the Veil. So what makes the Blade Mail a better item here for Zai?
I think he just wants to be this soaker. I think he just wants to like run in and be like, use spells on me, please. Because then Lifestealer and OD just gets to run rampant. So it's just kind of this distraction play, I feel, for Zai.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Matu, Deso finished.
I mean, this is ridiculous time. Yeah.
His build.
It's got to be one of the fastest times.
Oh god, tier 2 down, 14 minutes. They can take Outpost, 7k gold lead. They've got full control, and they have Infest bombs too.
Well, Nisha's alone.
But he's got a haste.
You're right, he has.
And he's looking to turn.
He's actually going back in.
Oh. Might get punished for it.
Oh, he's still got an Astral to protect himself. Doesn't actually get it off in time.
He's dead.
Goes down. The Soulbind's out on the two of them. They'll try and turn towards Notel, but the GA's out, protecting them from a Tumba Man. See if Secret can get back in on this. OG, Thompson's in with the burst.
Nice
Looks to
combo.
nuke down Puppey, finds him. Matsu turns over towards Thompson, chasing down with the rage. He's trying to keep on top of the Tiny, but Thompson a little too speedy. Zai, he's got the speed to chase, but Notel comes in with a snowball, slows him down. Still Zai and Matsu are able to turn, clean up Notel. There's 3 dead though on Secret. It's just down to Zai and Matsuma Man right now, as they're still trying to chase Thompson. But mid one, he's kiting up Matsu. Still though, despite the fact they have 4 against the 2, they're a little scared on how they approach this Lifestealer. Thompson's trying to find Zai, but a Blood Right laid down will put Thompson off from moving in anymore.
Thompson, though, he doesn't have blink. He's getting gone on now with the rage. It's wearing off, though. Matu.
I mean, the silence, into the combo, into the stun. Matsu, he's gone. OG, they've managed to tackle and take down the Lifestealer. Now they look to just get out of there. The ult up, but it isn't enough. Notel even dropping a preemptive tip there on Thompson. He thought they were going to get that kill. They didn't. As Thompson was out, Notel
tips his teammate with a nice TP.
Yeah.
Huge plays there by OG in position. Nisha overstepping his aggression there. Gets punished for it with the combo. That was like the most ideal situation.
On Nisha. They're going in on him. He's stepped
the
up.
Blink Dagger reveal.
With the combo. Secret. They're starting to break. OG's starting to break them a little bit here. Secret losing some big heroes back to back.
That was like the only way that Nisha dies initially too, because there was no Blink Dagger on Tiny. He walked right up to him with the haste rune. And then the secondary death, that's the blink reveal, and now into Roche. There's a...
I mean, why not?
Oh, man.
In terms of sort of team fight from Secret, there isn't really sort of a huge threat around the pit.
Nope, and Nisha is dead, and with no ulti even when he does respawn.
This is a Roche for OG. Very hard to see any sort of way that Secret puts a stop to this one.
Does
Maybe Yapso can go for a... Yeah, if Yapso goes for a dive in.
Oh, the blood right.
They got the snowball.
Okay,
Keeps him protected from the silence. Can Yapso do anything spectacular? OG, they're already going to start to step out of the pit. Seb's been silenced, actually. Seb, he's down. He doesn't get a chance to use any of his spells. Will buy back immediately to make sure that OG can continue to control this. Great shards from Notel. Trap Puppey and Matsu away from potential escape. Matsu able to jump into Zai. They go straight over towards Notel, who's still silenced up. Slow down with the open moves. He gets the chance to pop the snowball. Notel will live a few seconds longer. Still falls. Midbon turns over towards Nisha. Nisha on the front. He's rooted. He's taken down. Midbon's able to get the double, but Midbon's falling low. Matsu and Zai, they're running him down. Midbon's trying to escape. Zai, he's still on top of him. The axes are out. He's going to go for the TP away. Does Midbon make it made? He's out. Seb's in with a heal, and Midbon's back to safety. Saxa pops the Inkswell. GA's up as well. The Inkswell stun onto Matsuma Man. OG, they'll claim the Lifestealer's life.
They are just out playing in these fights so hard. Nisha is just constantly getting... He just got exploded 3 times in a row after such a godly start. And the control on the Lifestealer too, they're just kiting him around. I cannot believe Mid One survives there too.
Some big moves. Mid One as well. Stepping up yet again as the carry.
The OG momentum. When they find their stride in some of these fights, it's just insane the way they play around. Even the Lifestealer with Rage, they're able to just dance around him and back into the Roche now.
And this time
they'll get it.
I mean, again, we saw this sort of in the first game as well. OG very good at committing for the Roche, but not over-committing. They always know when to sort of get out and prepare themselves for Secret trying to take a fight for them. We never sort of see a desperate attempt from OG to try and rush sort of the finishing of Roche. They always know when to back up and try and engage with Secret in a position where they're not surrounded and stuck in the containment of the pit.
Soxa and Topson are really the ones who are doing the big work for me here. Soxa, look what level he is. He's near up to level 12, and he's always getting these ideal situations where he just buffs up Topson and tells him to go in. If you look at that, kills 3, 1, 11. He's part of all 14.
Oh, man.
This Grimstroke is doing some insane work right now for the team.
That is certainly something. Topson.
Can't quite burst Puppey. Very close to that cloak, saving lives.
So we see as well, Nisha, he has got the Aghanims, but still has to just be a little more careful with his positioning. As we have seen the last few fights, he's just not been able to play. OG have managed to get the jump on him. We'll see what he's getting next after the Ags. I would imagine it's going to be some sort of defensive item because it certainly feels like he needs it.
Yeah.
At the moment, just still too much of a liability. This mid laner, that had such a good start. We saw Topson have a brilliant lead, but a few more fights like this. Sorry, Nisha having a brilliant lead, but a few more fights, Topson's going to take over Nisha's lead.
Yeah. He needs to get some type of defensive item for himself. The 4-staff BKB. He's going to go for the Hurricane Pike to distance himself. One of the better options, of course, versus Troll as well.
See down bottom, OG.
They're set up. Here's Eye.
There's the combo.
Awesome. Astral save.
Always up in the air. And we'll save him for now. He's back down. The Soulbind's onto the Tomb of the Silence. Nisha, he's going to drop the ult earlier. TP out as attempted by Topson, but he'll be chased down. They'll get the tiny kill. 2 downs. Secret, can they chase for more? Looks like the rest of OG are out of there. But instant reaction there from Secret, just not hesitating to just drop down the sanities to start things off, get the heroes of OG low enough so Secret can get the kills before Topson's able to really get his combo out. And as we did see there, and we will expect to start to see these Astral saves are going to come in clutch.
Yeah.
Just having that extra reach as well with the cast range thanks to the Aghanims.
And I think that's why the Zai has to act as this frontliner. They have to be these bodies to protect Nisha. He can't be in the front line as this OD. They're definitely starting to recognize that. I see the item build by Matu. He's going to be getting that nullifier very early this game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, emphasis on the very early.
Yeah.
It's not just the fact in the build, but the timing that he's going to hit it with the farm that he still has. Top net worth and just 400 gold away from that Sacred Relic.
It'll help him so much to be able to stick on the Omni Knight in all these situations. Also, I mean, you can't ink swell the target that's also nullified either. So if they can get these jumps on a lot of these certain heroes, they can break a lot of aggression from OG and a lot of defensive capabilities. Still, they do have this 4K lead because of how farmed and how well that lane phase went. OG, they still have to play rallied behind mid one, who is very farmed as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. And with this Battle Fury build that we saw, I believe, what Matumba Man the other day have great success with.
Yep. And he's got the status resistance, of course, too, from the SNY, plus that Heavenly Grace also can do a lot of work. If you get astraled when you have all this status resist, it actually doesn't really last that long.
No, you're straight back out.
Yeah, you'll get right back out of it and able to join back into the fights. And they're smoking, looking for something here.
See if Topson can get the jump.
He's got the Blink and the Nether Shawl, so a lot more burst damage too.
Wards down. A little hesitant to jump on Secret whilst they're under the tier 2. They know that the full lineup of Secret's going to be there ready for a fight. And Topson, he's still looking for the deep wraparound.
He's trying to be sneaky.
I mean, who's he trying to burst?
They want Nisha. Look at Nisha's position. Yeah, they know that they have to play super far on that right side here.
Yeah, he's ready with the Astral saves. And also a few hundred gold away from having that 4-star, so he himself will at least feel a little more safe when he's going in on the front. Trying to get those Astrals off, build up that mana.
They've taken over the side of Secret, though. This triangle was taken, so they're denying a bit of farm there from them. Now they back up. Troll shows. Secret might look to try to catch something here. Well, the Troll is top, but OG all shifts into that area as well. I believe that's a 4-staff done for Nisha.
Yeah,
so he has a little bit of an easier way to get into the fights. He can distance himself and then jump in afterwards. Zai going for his Greaves build. Like we said, he wants to act as that frontliner. He's fairly squishy still, though, only 1,300 HP. And Yapsa with a very, he's his own fun build, of course.
Yeah,
that
Hammer into Glimmer.
Yep, he's just trying to farm.
I mean, interesting as well. Topson, he's found Nisha. Nisha, of course, very tanky now. So they won't be able to continue to dive in. Secret themselves actually will try and turn and see if they can catch any of OG. Thompson's falling low to the Rupture, and Yapsor, he's going to commit up to the high ground. He's looking for the target, but Thompson, he's able to drop the combo. The Rupture comes to an end, and Thompson, he's able to back off.
Oh, that was close. He almost got booted during Rupture.
Over towards the mid, Zai trying to chase down Saxa, but mid one says with the slow onto them. Secret won't quite be able to get back in, and now OG, they're ready to return fire. Mid one's starting to charge straight over towards
Aegis reclaimed, though.
Let's see if he's still willing to fight. The Ink Swap buffs up. Matu turns with the Rage, trying to bring Mid one down low with the silence. Mid one, he's falling low, he's gone. They've got the damage, and now with the Nullifier, Matu's ready to turn over towards his next target. Sep's out as well. No chance for a GA. A Secret, they've found two. Yapsor's going to be able to stay on top of Zaxa. No-Tail's rolled over, but it's going to be straight into the Bloodbright. The Astral will play around with No-Tail for a little bit longer. Saxa continued to be chased down by Zai. 4 dead on OG.
My God, he died so fast on the Troll to this Lifestealer. I mean, look how hard Matu's hitting because of this build. He's hitting for like almost 400 per hit. Well, with the Desolator debuff, it's more than 400 per hit. And that silence just breaks the whole Troll build. He doesn't have BKB. The silence lasts too long. He's gone.
And now they're going to take some damage to the base.
I mean, they're going to get the racks.
They've got the Meteor Hammer. They're going to make a quick push out of this, Secret. As 24 minutes in, one fight, and Secret in a good enough position to step into the base, and nothing that OG can do to stop this. Only Thompson alive. He can't do anything to sort of tackle how quickly Secret destroy the racks, and it's only going to be quicker next time as Matu, with that fight and with those objectives taken, he's going to be very close to having AC for the next one.
It's crazy how just a silence from an Earth Spirit causes all of this to just fall apart for OG so quickly. And now Secret, they have dominance of the enemy triangle here. Even looking for more kills. Yapsor. He Glimmer fades.
Saxa, he's on top of him. Midwell's trying to go in from the side.
Thompson's just dead.
Thompson's dead. And what happened here? I mean, Secret, they're more than happy to fight. Matu's going to stay on top of Seb. The GA is popped. Mid-one's still moving in, trying to finish off Nisha, but he's so low. The stun comes out from Puppy Central. He's trying to focus down, but the Astral, he's going to be able to keep himself safe. Nisha takes himself out of the game. It's an ultra kill for Matu. He's going to look to finish off Mid-one as well. Nisha forces down to the side. Matu finishes off the kill. It's a rampage, ladies and gentlemen, for Matumba Man, as OG getting team wiped. As soon as they came back into the game, that'll be the money for the full AC done on Matumba Man.
It's another Rax.
They just go straight back in the base. Tier 2's already taken out in the top lane by that early pressure and space that Matu was having. So they're able to do this. They're straight back into the base, and nothing OG can do.
They walked up to the high ground. Nisha just, as soon as Battle Trance was popped, we saw Astral on the Omni Knight, Astral on the Troll Warlord, and they just break the fight completely. And then Thompson gets pretty much one-shotted by the OD ulti because of that mana differential.
I mean, it's sort of what they were saying on the panel. You know, OD against the Troll, it is one of the hardest counters in the game.
Even against Tiny, too, in these type of mid-game situations. I didn't see if he was Blood Rage, but the Tiny just went from almost full HP to 0 from the ult. Because look at that, how much mana he has. 2,200 mana compared to that little bit of the Tiny, only 600.
And you just can't help but feel that OG's starting to sort of feel the fact that this Lifestealer, Matumba Man, he just had a free game for sort of the first 20 minutes. Nothing was done to try and slow him down, and now he is just light years ahead. He's nearly reaching 20k net worth at 26 minutes, and he's going to have some insane GPM by the end of this game if it continues at this trajectory. And
they don't really have a, this big offlaner like they normally have on the side of OG Seb. But look at his net worth. He's below Puppy. He's literally just a blink into a Heavenly Grace to try to protect mid one from those silences now. He has been shut down so effectively from the side of Secret. OG in a very tough spot now, but they are grouped up here trying to take advantage of the OD ult being down, but still a tough fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're going to try charging straight up onto the high ground. OG want to start something. Soulbind's out onto Matu, linking him up with Puppy. Matu just standing his ground for now. Greaves are done by Zai, so he's ready to come over and help out. Thompson's just dead. He's just dead to the arcane ult damage, and Nisha just destroys him. And Mid-one, he's trying to go in. He's been held in the Astral Meteor Hammer combo coming out. He's able to pop the ult, but Nisha, he's just building up the charges, punching into Mid-one. Matu is more than fine, kicked to the side, taken out by that final hit from Nisha. As for all the farm that the Mid-one has, as this Troll, he's had a solid game in terms of being able to hit the item timings, but now at this point, it just does feel that it's impossible for this hero to do anything against what Secret have. Yeah, against all these counters, it really does feel, and the way that they walk up into the fight, Secret was prepared. Bloodright gets laid down, and you can see that all of OG's hero was just in panic, because they're about to get hit by a 3 or 4 man silence, and then it's just the Troll and Thompson segregated alone onto the high ground there. And yep, they didn't even have to use OD ult because it wasn't up.
This is looking pretty impossible now for OG.
Yeah, some wild builds across the board as well. I don't know if we really talked about it, but Puppey, he's chilling with a Vanguard and
It's typical.
a Glimmer Cape.
That's the Puppey Enchantress build. You know,
Yeah.
he just tanks up. He's like, all right, yeah, whatever.
Start doing it, you pubs, boys and girls. Blightstone into Crimson. I mean, in all sort of efforts, it is not bad, right? Against this sort of lineup, with the way that Secret's playing, when he gets this Crimson, that's gonna add that extra bit of protection against all these heroes that want to punch.
If they even need it. They're in a very comfortable spot now here. Everyone just getting so much extra farm. Everyone getting so tanky. There's no way Topson can really combo pretty much anybody. He's just looking for split push action now. And Yapster's on the hunt.
Let's see if we can find him. And he is on top of him. Topson has got a TP, but of course with Yapstor around, there's just not going to be the chance. He's astraled. And Secret more than happy to play with the rest of OG. They're trying to move over here. They want to try and help out Topson. They do turn over towards Matuma Man. They find the Pashes. Matu, he's able to jump into the safety of Zai. Out he goes again. Another fight on Seb. Seb's out. Out comes the ult. It's a triple kill for Nisha. They're buying back on OG, but what can they do? They're down 22k net worth. Secret continuing to overrun them. Ultra kill for Nisha. Topson, he's just got to hide in the trees.
He's trying to
stay it. Don't show himself.
He can't do much of anything here. He's got these three heroes rallied around him, but man, Seb, he got clipped by blood. He got clipped by Bloodright, and then he couldn't actually walk into the fight to get any spells up, and then gets three-shotted by the Lifestealer.
Oh, yeah, he's just gone straight away out of the fight.
And, oh, look at this, an Orb of Destruction for Matu.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, even more minus armor. Lovely.
Yeah, GG is called.
GG.
They know.
Yeah,
they
know.
cannot fight right now. They are too far behind. And Secret, with that, they'll take the second game in this best of 5. This game.
Victory.